We need to find a carousel and recreate that.
I am taking you three on the road.
Or for us singing, it was probably only in your nightmares that you would ever hear us sing something like that. That was Debbie back in 1986. Her hit Only in My Dreams. We are back with music icon, actress, executive producer Debbie Gibson. She's now starring in the new Hallmark Channel original movie, Summer of Dreams, and we couldn't be more excited to have you here.
Thank you.
Debbie, that song was top five on the charts for quite some time. Mm-hmm. It was a huge hit. You were only 16 years old when that came out. I don't think people actually realize that you just got your license.
I didn't even get my license yet. I got my license at like 20 because I was busy touring. But
how did you handle such huge success?
Well, it's funny because I started in showbiz like at a really, really young age. So I thought I was so much older than I was in terms of the business. And now that I have nieces and nephews, even the ones that are like 24, I think everything they do is adorable. And I'm like, oh my God, by the time I was 24, I was employing 100 people. I'd circled the world 5 times. I'd starred in the West End. And I think, oh my God, who gave me all that responsibility?
Right.
Like I did. But, you know, it was a lot to handle. I didn't realize how much till now.
Well, speaking of adorable, we love the 80s, and we wanted to show some of our amazing looks from the 80s. You look at the monitor here. That's me.
Yes.
That's junior year of high school on my 73.
Look at you.
Now, I'm throwing up 4s because my car just hit 44,444 miles, and my baseball number was 44. And look at that sexy. I'm like Burt Reynolds in there with that leg bump.
Oh, look at that guy. I was watching like a lot of Parker Lewis Can't Lose around those days.
That's a little Corey Haim
Like the stripes look solid. If you see the stomach, there's actually like a big red polka dot on it too. That was cool back in the day, but it's my hair.
My question is for you,
Really
would you have been in love with either one of those when you were 16?
Oh my gosh, what a question.
Right.
I don't
know.
The
answer's probably no.
I don't
you can,
know.
You can be honest.
You guys were pretty quirky. I was into quirky, so.
There we go. We'll
she was
take
actually
that.
Singing about you guys.
I know.
Only in her dreams.
Well, let me ask you about your movie, because you actually star as Debbie Taylor, which is a 1980s pop star in the Hallmark Channel original movie.
It was a stretch. It was a big
I was going to say, it's not much of a
Right.
stretch for you. So what kind of dilemma does your character find herself in?
Oh, everything that can go wrong does within the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, I think if you're in entertainment long enough, you're going to go through so many things that nobody ever sees. And, like, for instance, we've all done in-store appearances that are maybe not as heavily promoted as other in-store appearances. And you're like, where are the people? Or there's only a few people. And then the next weekend, you're playing a concert to like 10,000 people.
Exactly.
It's just very odd. So there are things like that. There's, you know, a relationship with a movie star gone south. And so it leads me to have to find this new life and to find what's really important and to learn how to integrate into normal society and reality, which every teen pop star, I think, has this Arrested Development type thing. It's like, right, I know how to sign checks for 100 people and how to run a show and produce, but I don't know how to do my laundry, or I don't know my way around. Like, when I first moved to LA and I met my man who lived here, he sent me to Ralph's, and I was like petrified at Ralph's. I was like, I don't know my way around a supermarket. And
well, it's because your reality is so different than another person's reality.
You're struggling to be normal. We're struggling to be rock stars.
It's room service. It's catering.
It's
It's take-in in New York. It's, you know, no, you don't cook.
Right.
So he jokes that when he first met me, it's like I could barely crack an egg. And now I cook gourmet meals. But
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so
the movie is semi-autobiographical.
There's a lot of autobiographical stuff in it, right down to the fact that I have a sister named Denise, and we named the sister Denise, and my sister is the younger, more sensible, more grounded one, and I'm like the creative wacko. So I end up going to Denise's house to kind of hide out for a while, and I don't tell her for a while what's really gone on, which is that my label has dropped me.
Right. However, in the interim, you become a music teacher.
I do.
We have a clip of you on your first day with the students, and it doesn't quite go as well as you would hope.
Yeah, a little fish out of water. Hello, Youngstown. It's good to be back. Yeah. Okay. I can see I need to warm up the crowd. That's okay. First of all, call me Miss Debbie. Miss Del Vecchio was my mom. And it is because of her that I am where I am today, so thank you, Mom. Yes.
I'm Ashley, and I'm here for extra credit. I'm on the honors track, and I'm going to
an Ivy League.
Hey, Oliver. Yeah.
Where did you study?
I studied in a series of bars, clubs, bowling alleys, and an occasional mattress store. Yes, the young man in the cheap seats.
Johnny, are you staying the whole term? Because our last two teachers left us to get real jobs.
Oh, no. I can assure you I won't be leaving to go get a real job because this is the only job I've ever had.
You've never had a job?
That's awesome.
But isn't that sort of the truth?
You're going to get along with the blonde kid in the movie, right?
Oh my gosh, these kids, first of all, were amazing. They all are legitimately musical. They're, actors, singers, they're writing, they're playing piano on the breaks.
Wow.
They were so much fun to work with.
Well,
so much fun.
I was surprised to find out that you have Lyme disease.
Yes,
And you've been
or
living with
had.
it-
It depends
had.
on what school you subscribe to.
Right, but it's been about 3 years since it started
Yep.
presenting. What have you been going through with that?
Oh my gosh. Well, the person you see right here, I might cry. The person you see right here is not the person. Like 3 years ago, I could barely walk. I could barely ride a bicycle. I couldn't get out of bed. I was down 110 pounds. It was horrible. And it came on really suddenly, and it wasn't diagnosed for 9 months. So by the time that happens, it gets into your whole nervous system. So I still will have nights where I don't sleep and I feel like I've had like 3 pots of coffee and I wake up like my body's been firing. And so it's like your wiring gets kind of messed up. It's very intense. I'm left with a lot of food sensitivities and things like that. But the one thing I will say is, I have such compassion for anyone going through any health-related issues, not only for what you go through, but no two paths are the same.
Mm-hmm.
No one tells you how to find your path. And for me, I found chiropractic kinesiology, which people might Google and go, what's that? It's very specific with muscle testing and supplements. I did the whole round of antibiotics, and it's hard to know if the traditional medical route did anything positive or not. I knew that ultimately, at one point, a doctor said, I think you need a PICC line. And
What does that mean?
That means like
Peripherally
something,
inserted central catheter. It's a line
Right.
you have full time
and
for
so-
administering
I was in such a
medications.
wacko state of mind, but something from the deepest part of me said, that is not your path.
Right.
Fight. Do not subscribe to that. That does not have to be your path. And I was flying to New York. A woman named Dr. Bonnie Liakos was helping me there. I'm like giving my doctors props. Dr. Tim Francis, Dr. Derek Sahara, they all helped me. And I was flying to where I needed to fly, and it was all very, very expensive.
Very
and
scary.
very scary and very you're very vulnerable. But I kept listening to the voice, and I kept following it. And tests now show it as being clear.
Wow.
Man, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, I think that's one of the tough things when you have something that people can't always see. They say you look good.
You look fine.
But how are you feeling? I mean, right now, how are you feeling?
Like today, I won't lie, I feel good, but there's like this adrenal fatigue thing that has happened from my body really dealing with this so heavily for a few years. So I run on, I used to say I run on fumes sometimes. I'm running on spirit. I feel like your spirit can get you through anything.
Yes, it can.
And I'll nap later. You know what I mean?
Exactly right. And your
Happy to be
spirit
here.
and your music has gotten us through decades, and it will continue to. We love you.
Thank you.